Welcome to our new series, the Pulsar Mania Thrill of Riding. Last time was all about stunting. And this time we're going to teach you how to ride on the road, because not everybody wants to be a stunter and not everybody can be a stunting god like Rishi over here. The Thrill of Riding series is going to teach you how to be a better rider on the road, a better, quicker and much safer rider on the road.
And in this series, we're going to teach you where to look, how to brake, how to do the bike launch, how to make pace when you're cornering on the twisty turns.
And that is what the Thrill of Riding series is all about.
And this series too, we are using the benchmark for sports riding in the country, the Bajaj Pulsar. I learned how to ride a bike on Bajaj Pulsar, and from my experience, I can tell you this is the best bikes for the sports ride.
Whether on road or track, protective riding gear is super important. Everybody knows how to accelerate. It's the easiest thing in the world. But braking is even more important. Do you practice braking? Do you practice panic braking? Well, you should, because that is what you will need when a car or a dog crosses in front of you unexpectedly.
Let me teach you how.
The panic instinct is to grab the brakes, and that will only lead to a locked and skidding rear tire, or worse, a totally unintended stoppie.
Many people are afraid to use the front brake, but that is the most effective brake on your bike. You've got disc brakes now, you've got ABS, you've got great tires, so use it to the full.
To illustrate the efficacy of the brakes, Rishi is hitting the brakes at 60 km per hour where Jihan is standing. At first, he only uses the rear brakes. Second time round, only with the front brakes, and you can see how dramatically the braking distance is reduced. And then when he uses both the front and rear brakes, the braking distance is reduced even further. That's what you need to target. It is always a good idea to ride with two fingers on the front brake lever. It reduces your reaction time, and in panic situations, every tenth of a second is valuable.
As with everything, practice makes a man perfect. So practice braking. Keep practicing braking on an empty patch of road. Also try braking on different surfaces, even if you find gravel. See how the ABS works. See how much braking you actually get on gravel. When you are comfortable on the brake, that's when you can extract the maximum potential from your bike.
And that will save your life when things get bad.
Steering a bike is all about counter steering. I'm sure you've heard a lot about it, but this is how it works.
We all counter steer, whether consciously or not. It works above 50 km per hour, and to turn right, you push the handlebar to the left to tip the bike into the right hander. Similarly, for a left-hander, push the bars to the right to turn in the bike better. Work on it consciously and you will be able to deal with corners much better. Next is body position. On the racetrack, we hang off lavishly to get our knee down, but do not try that on the road. Always keep a margin for error in your road riding. Don't bother with knee downs and only hang off a little bit, just for better bike control and not to look like a road racer. And finally, there is vision. Where do you look? Obviously, where you want to go. It is a good habit to make deliberate head-turning movements, so you're not looking via peripheral vision, but clearly where you want to go. And look as far ahead as possible to slow things down in your head.
And that's it for our first episode on our new Thrill of Riding series. Remember, these are tips for you to use on the road. These are not tips for you to race on the road. We are not encouraging you to ride like a hooligan. We want to make you a better, a more confident, and most importantly, a safer road rider. Rishi, and what do you have planned for the next episode?
Everybody wants to learn how to do the drag launch, and we're going to teach them how to do the perfect drag launch.
So, perfect launch, that's coming up next month.